Yeah, man, people, welcome back, man. Welcome back to the Morning Insider Show. You don't know, Nicardo Media House out here again. You know, people, look, man, you know, what, 2 days now? You know, Thursday morning, you know, since, what, yeah, I would say, you know, just over 48 hours, and I would say that big victory over the Honduras team in Honduras. You get what I say? Big win, man. Still they get over that one day. You know, I don't even think it's 48 hours as yet. You get what I say? But close to 48 hours though. I'm doing this video and recording. But you know, look, man, it's a big victory. You know, still not get over it. I'm still happy. You know, I still have moments in my day when me had a different stuff outside of football, and it just keep on running on my mind. The Reggae Boyz, and I'm going to share a little personal feeling and also what I have heard with some local fans, you know, across different platforms, you know, mainstream or source fans, you know, on YouTube as well. You understand? But you know, it's very important, man, that a team or anything that you're supporting, it's doing really good, as it's going to be beneficial to any consumers. You get what I say? And that is the Reggae Boyz, and us fans are the consumers. We consume the football, we support the football. You get what I say? We love it. We do everything, eat, sleep, breathe, everything about the football, man. You know, but look, I want to say this, you know, I was listening to a radio program in England, and it's just so lucky, you know, as soon as I went on it, I heard something about a former reggae boy. You know, look, it's not something official, but you know, you could see that it's a recognition, and his work is showing even when he left the league, you know, just around, I think, a decade and a half ago or something like that, you know, close to around a decade and a half. You know, his name is Ricardo Gardner for Bolton Athletic, you know, Bolton Wanderers, I must say, no Athletic, you know, Bolton Wanderers, you know. So former Premier League, you know, player, you know, Darren Benty, them called Benty, yeah, he was speaking at Barclays Premier League. You know, it's like Barclays is having some moment after week where they're picking some players that in their own little. I don't remember what was it though, but I know that they're not picking any players that the big name players has played in the top teams in England during the spell of the Barclays Premier League. I think the Barclays was around 2001 to around 2015 or 16. You know, but listen to what Darren Bent have to say about, you know, he picked Ricardo Gardner into his team. You know, his team, you know, his Barclays Premier League team, he plays Ricardo Gardner at left back.
Probably seen the Barclaysman trend all over social media this week, but just in case you haven't, let me explain what it's about. During the international break, there have been countless compilations and tributes to some of our favourite Premier League players from the Barclays era all over social media. But what exactly defines a Barclaysman? Well, between 01 and 16, Barclays was the Premier League sponsor, and the Barclaysmen are players who define that era. So we're not talking about the best players per se, but
no, you can't have Thierry Henry and
that. Those who left a mark on the Premier League. Okay,
I mean, Charlton put up a nice one about me, which I was very shocked.
But you played for England and you played for Spurs.
I mean, I was quite happy with this one. Ricardo Gardner.
Yeah, okay.
He was at Bolton from 98 to 2012. Jamaican international.
14. So he was there for all the big hitters.
All the big hitters. He was there for all of it.
Okay.
And he was there. One constant was always there.
See, this is the thing. When you say a player, I'm going to go, oh yeah,
yeah. Ricardo. But two centre halves, Chris Samba.
Right.
See, that was a late replacement because at first I had Thomas Repka in.
Chris Samba, right?
You know, so yeah, you know, it's good to see that, you know, our former player, you know, a legend of the game, you know, Ricardo Gardner is getting recognition, same way, you know, from a former player, you know, but yeah, you know, but it's good to see that, you know, Ricardo Gardner is getting some local recognition from, you know, a former film co-worker in the team. I think they even came up, you know, on the pitch already alongside each other playing, you know, for different teams, you know. But look, it's good to see that Ricardo Gardner, you know, have getting some recognition same way in the Premier League from, you know, a former co-worker in the sports as well. You understand? But let's move on from that. Big up Ricardo Gardner, legend himself in the game, locally and abroad. You know, but look, this is what I have to share. You know, look, when the Copa America was going on, even just before the Copa America, yeah, it was a very, very good feeling because look, I was there in Canada. Yeah, I was there in Canada when the qualifying for the Copa America, that second leg. I was there in Kingston, and I flew the next day, and I flew to Toronto, and I go and witness history. I didn't even know that it was history. I was on the verge of witness with the Reggae Boy national team. You know, that's why it's good to support your team, even when you're on a low, even when you're on a high. Not many people during that time did expect us to qualify for the Copa America. You understand? But look, you know, after, you know, that big 3-2 victory, you know, the Bobby Reed penalty, you know, the Shaman Nichols, the 2 goals in the rain, you know, cold night in Toronto, you know, it was just so happy. It was a marvelous feeling. You get what I say? But the Copa America people, you know, the Copa America, after the Copa America finished, and it was a devastated Copa America from us, you know, we still don't record a point on the table as yet. We just barely scratched that first goal of the Copa America in 3 attempts now. It kind of left me in a depression mood, you know, not saying going mental, but depression around the Reggae Boy space in terms of supporting the team, yeah. Not saying I never ever fell out of love with this yet, never, yeah, never fell out of love with this. I just went into a little emotional mood where I feel, you know, the depression, where I was like, it was just too much. You know, it was just too much at the time. You get what I say? And so lucky that I have my little family around, where I just, look, I'm going to give YouTube a break, and I'm going to just, you know, deal with myself and try to get back in tune, you know, get back up to par again, you know. But I was still watching football and all of that, but just to stomach that the Reggae Boy have a devastated Copa America. But now, looking at it, yeah, it's like, I don't want to say love, because I said, you know, I never fell out of love with my national team, but it's like it's like a new birth. You know, it's like a new birth. It's like a new fresh air, you know, of blowing across, you know, the Reggae Boys, you know, Steve McLaren, since he came in, Alf Crimson have left. It seems like it's, you know, it's something new is on the verge of happening with the Reggae Boy. And it's like I can feel it emotionally, and I can feel it inside, and I don't know if other fans can actually feel it. You know, look at that game that we played against Cuba. Look at the turnout that we got. You know, even when I was there in the World Cup qualifier game for Dominican Republic, yeah, look at the turnout that we got. And I'm telling you, the turnout that we going to get when we played at home on October the 14th, and I'm trying my best to be there in Kingston, Jamaica, yeah, that support that will happen in a few today's what, you know, just over a month from now, yeah, that support will be huge. I'm telling you. So, you know, I'm just saying, man, it just feel like, you know, it's a new bird, you know, just the Al Grimson era have ended, you know. Something new, it just seems like it's on the horizon for the Reggae Boys. And, you know, you can hear the fans, certain fans that really positive, really sensitive, not say sensitive, people that were passionate around the football, yeah, you can hear them speak, and you can see it locally on the ground in Kingston, Jamaica. The love of the fans, yeah, are coming back with the national team. It seems like a new 98 is back on the verge again, and it seems like, you know, Coach Al Grimson have left. A lot of people have thought, look, the World Cup campaign going to crash, you know, the JFF this, the JFF that, and it seems like even the JFF themselves, yeah, going more professional and doing things the right way, yeah. But I mean, look, it's something new, you know. We top off group 2 in League A, you know. We play Nicaragua next up in the next international window, and the last half we will round off everything with the decisive moment against Honduras. And I'm telling you, that game in Kingston, Jamaica will be a jam-packed arena. I can tell you that. Yeah, I can tell you that. You know, just the feeling around the football, it will be a jam-packed arena. But, you know, people, let's move on. You know, fans are falling in love again with the Reggae Boys national team. You know, for me, it's like a new birth. It's like they reignite back themselves within my heart. You understand? But let's talk about, the two sets of games that play. The first game that played on Friday and the second game that played on Tuesday. I went and I do my local research and I picked the best starting lineup, for the two games, between the 6 teams that in Group 2 in League A. You understand? And my best 11, for the last 2 games is Andre Blake in goal, Joseph Rosales, from Honduras, Ethan Pinnock, from Jamaica, Luis Vega from Honduras, Jose Cueno, from Nicaragua, the right back, Kervin Arriaga from Honduras, Casey Palmer from Jamaica, Davy Flores from Honduras, and Mikel Antonio from Jamaica, and Luis Palma and Onel Robinson from Cuba. That is my best 11 for the last 2 games that played in our group, and the reason, look, Andre Blake is that standout goalkeeper, in that group, arguably the best goalkeeper in this region, but in this group, he is the most standout goalkeeper, and you will say the goalkeeper that next behind him is probably Hendrick, and which he got injured in the Trinidad game for Honduras, and the left back, I go with, Joseph Rosales, I think he's probably the second or the first best player, for Honduras over the last 2 games. His performances that he put in, the shift that he put in against Trinidad, and the game that he played against the Reggae Boyz, it's second to none. You could see that this player is a quality player, and the chances that he have created for his team coming from that left back position, and the job that he have been doing defensively and attackingly, he's going up and down. He's a two-way player. I think he's the best left back in this group. And also Ethan Pinnock, stand out what he have doing. He has demonstrated his leadership for the Reggae Boy. He has been a little bit more vocal, his leadership, everything, and he have stand out, in the 2 games for us, and his ability of pushing the team up, and he have doing that consistently in the 2 games that he have played. And also Luis Vega, for Honduras, look, Luis Vega, him and Maldonado is defensive partnership in that center half. Both of them have played a stellar game, but because Maldonado scored that own goal and the Reggae Boy, I go with Luis Vega. But look, 2 quality center half, 22-year-old playing locally for Marathon in Honduras, so he's the next one that on the verge of getting out from Honduras, who played in that back 4. And also Cueno, from Nicaragua, he have played a stellar game, in his 2 games that he have played in. He is the most consistent right back that I could have picked from, in this group. So I go with the Nicaraguan right back. And also in the midfield, Kervin Arriaga and Davy Flores, the 2 Honduran. I think that is the best partnership in the midfield era, in this group. Those 2 players with Casey Palmer will play in front of them. I could go with anyone else but those 2 players, just how they progress the ball up front. Just look at how the touches they build up, they take control of the middle. They are everything with this Honduran national team. They are the engine. If they fail, this Honduras team will fail, because they have all the strength. They possess everything in that midfield and carry that Honduras team on their back. So I couldn't go with any other player. Those 2 players are critical to what Honduras do in the future. And also, I have called Casey Palmer. The game that he have put in against Cuba, very good game. And the game he put in against Honduras, you see that he was trying, but when you have 3v1 in the middle of the park, it's hard to overcome that as well. Mikel Antonio, the goal that he have scored, his performance in that Honduras game to win that penalty, his experience and to slap the ball in the back of the net, from 12 yards out, that alone put him in that number 9 position in this best 11 in this group. And also, I go with Onel Robinson. I think he probably is one of that standout, player that played on that right hand side, You know, I wouldn't say he played on that right hand side, but I place him on the right hand side in this best 11, and also Luis Palma. Two players, I think they are the probably most consistent winger. Yeah, playing at a high level in the 2 games. You know, I could probably go with Edwin Rodriguez as well, you know, for Honduras, but Luis Palma and Onel Hernandez, you know, are the 2 best wingers I could ever choose from in this group between the 6 teams, you know. So yeah, you know, that is it, people. That is it for today. You know, the Morning Insider is finished. You know, Thursday morning, you know, don't know, tomorrow is Friday. Catch you guys tomorrow on the Morning Insider again. Rest up to the people. I'm out.